Welcome back, everybody. Welcome if you're new. Today we're in the 358 modifieds here at Bristol on dirt. We had a pretty quick time in practice compared to the other guys. I know I can get into those ones, so hoping I can stick with that time here in qualifying. This track is really weird because even when it slicks out, the bottom still stays pretty fast. You just have to let off the gas a little bit to stay down there, but it doesn't really like wear out enough to where I want to get off the bottom until like really late when this track gets worn out. So we'll see how this race goes. I'm probably just gonna be sticking down here the entire race. Try to stick right along that apron. It's hard to see the apron, but you just have to get a feel for it really. But I'm hoping we can run a pretty good time. That was an awful 3 and 4. Not smack the wall, that was pretty close actually. Second fastest time right now, yeah, like 4 is not going to get it done. That was a really awful lap. I was just way too sideways in 3 and 4 last time around. That was much better, but it won't be a 1, I know that. Maybe I can get into the 3s. 3:33, I'll take it. At least it's a pole for now. As long as I can stick on that pole, because it's hard to pass here in these. Very tough to pass. I had a really bad lap number 1, but almost everybody's qualified. I want to go back and see that. Because that was not a very good lap. My turn 1 was okay. I feel like I got a little bit too much on the apron. Lost a little bit of time there. 3 and 4, I just got way too sideways. I stayed a little too high. Just a little too sideways coming off the corner. Slowed me down a ton. Almost smacked the wall too there, which would have sucked. I don't know which lap it wouldn't have counted if it wouldn't have counted the first or second right at the line hitting it. My turn 1 wasn't as good there, I felt like. But my 3 and 4 was a ton better. Able to get right along that apron and stay straight. Not get sideways at all. Happy about that at least. Hopefully we can hold the pole. There's still one guy left to qualify. Is he even here? No, he's not. So I'm going to have to wait out this 2 minutes and 50 seconds. So I'll bring you guys back and we're getting ready to go green. Alright, well qualifying's over. That's the kind of times when I wish that there was like a skip qualifying button for everybody that's in the session that's already ran a lap. And it would automatically just skip to the race, just like if everybody ran the lap like normal. But just one guy not in the session. Had to wait the rest of the time out, which sucks, but it is what it is. So we got 10 guys in the race instead of 11. I think there was about like 22 people that registered. Either that or 33. It was around there. I don't know which one.
Good luck, Ed.
So I know this is a top split, and there was more than one split. Because I remember seeing... Actually, there's probably in the 30s that registered then. Because I do remember seeing like 24, 25 at one point. So I'm not sure exactly where they split it off. What's the cutoff for the race? Like how many could be in this race? But we have 10 in this race. Not a bad field. Size, at least. These cars seem like a lot of fun here. I like racing these a lot. I'm trying to get better at them. I like Bristol a lot, so I seem to do pretty well here. Like, just learning that you could stick on the bottom for a long time. A lot of people move up, and it's like a couple tenths slower usually to me. The way, like, just me running it. And I run full throttle up there. Down at the bottom, you have to let off a little bit. So hopefully we can do it pretty good in this race. Just be consistent. Stick down there. Guys will probably move up, try to find some speed. But I really don't find speed up the top until it's like super worn out on the bottom. Like you can see like where there's rubber then at that point, and it's just super slick. Geez, spotter's just going off. I hate driving these things at a slow pace. These in the late models, man, they just start twitching to the left so much, and I hate it. Like I try to drive it straight, and you have to like hold right, and then it twitches to the left, and you have to hold right even more. Awful. Get a good start, get out ahead. And just try to hook this bottom. That was a really bad turn 1. I'm gonna have a few bad corners for sure. You kind of lose your rhythm sitting there for 3 minutes not doing anything. I just wish qualifying would go by quicker. Like, they give you a good amount of time to qualify, but when there's someone not in the session, it's just awful. Or if somebody doesn't want to qualify, that's when the skip button would be very useful. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this, but if you guys enjoy this kind of racing, like and subscribe. If the more you guys like this, the more I know you guys enjoy this kind of racing. Greatly appreciated. 9 car has some speed for sure. Just how consistent can you be down here? I am too high in that corner. You can see how much he caught up to me right there, being lower than I was. You have to really get lower than the slick and get in the gas. It's a fine line being down there, but it's very rewarding. Turn 1 definitely gets more worn out quickly than 3 and 4. Don't know what it is about that. It just, turn 1 gets more worn out. 4 car sounds like he got wrecked or something, or hit out of the way.
If really on lap fucking 4 you're gonna do that?
Yep, he's up here. We're gonna have lap traffic to deal with because there's no cautions in these races. 9 cars still staying on the bottom behind us. Kind of pulled away a little bit though. Been a little bit more consistent over the last few laps. He's going to the pits. Awesome. Thanks for not being in the way at least. Wasn't sure if he was just going to run the bottom, let us by on the straightaway, or if he was pitting, but he like started slowing down a lot in the corner. That made sense. Maybe he had a meatball flag on one of his tires or something like that, because these cars easily get a meatball flag. But it is a D-class race. You do get a fast repair. And also a D-class race means no cautions. So you get wrecked in one of these, you're kind of screwed for the most part. Trying to stay just away from the wall, because one time in my last practice I kind of climbed the wall and it wrecked me. I'm trying not to do that, just staying away from it. The back end clips it, your front end comes around, your front tire will start climbing the wall with it having no fender. You gotta be real careful about that. I did wreck in practice in this session too, like I hit the wall and just spun around. Okay, same lap car coming out. He's just gonna stay low, I guess. I'm gonna go high, just go around him, not be anywhere close to him just in case something happens. We got room behind us to maneuver around that as well, which is nice. Got a good about second lead. 8 to 9 tenths. I feel really good in 3 and 4. 1 and 2 I struggle a little bit because it gets so worn out. I keep hitting the apron way too hard. I keep going too low there. He's running a little bit higher behind me, like in the slick, but there's some grip in it. With us running a little lower, it kind of pushes up some dirt. There's a little bit of grip in it. He tried to run the outside there. You can see how much time he lost. He lost like 2 tenths on the corner. He gained 1 back on the straightaway, but overall it's going to be losing time, I feel like. We will see what happens with him. I think it could work in 1 and 2 for sure. 3 and 4, I'll stick to the bottom. Because you could just full throttle it on the top side. It's pretty easy to drive. But I don't know what it is about this track that the bottom stays like with a lot of speed in it. I don't know if it's because it's so banked and you just let off a little bit, you stay pretty low. And these cars don't have too much momentum, so it's easy to run it. They don't have too much horsepower, I should say. You have to keep your momentum up in these things to be quick. Like, I definitely am gaining on him in 3 and 4. He tried to run the bottom there in 1 and 2. He kind of stayed stagnant. I'm just really good in 3 and 4, I feel like. I feel like I'm just really good there. I don't know why. I think just because it gets a little bit less worn out. I'm trying to take the momentum from 1 and 2 down to 3 and 4. I feel like I get a pretty good corner most of the time. It kind of catches me a 10th in 1 and 2, but I kind of gain it back on the straightaway. And then 3 and 4, I kind of gain a couple tenths, and then he gains a 10th back in the corner because he's running the bottom there too. He's starting to go back up high. We have a huge gap behind him. What lap are we on? We're already on lap 20, going on to 21. Race is flying on by with only 17-second laps, and there's a wrecked car somewhere. He's on the bottom. Same car as earlier. He just stays low, that'd be great. Like, he's having a very bad race, but at least he's staying out the way, which is nice. He knows how to be a lap car at least. When it comes around to him. Yeah, very sideways in that corner. But we don't have any more lap traffic up ahead, so kind of just smooth sailing from this point out, as long as I don't smack the damn wall. Might just run the high side just to full throttle it around. Try to see the lap times I'm running compared to what I was doing. So I ran a 7 last lap, but that was also running top. That time I ran an 8, but I think I ran the bottom the lap before, so coming into that lap. That's the thing about running the top side both corners. Kind of just keep the momentum up down the straightaways. Kind of helps you out for the next lap. Still ran an 8 there, okay. Guy behind me still running pretty well. He's sticking with me, might be gaining a 10 here and there. Ran a 9 that lap, that is not good. I think I'm just gonna go back to the bottom 3 and 4 because I was definitely faster. You don't really have to let off way too much. Like, you have to let off a little bit, get the car straightened out. Yeah, I ran a 7 that lap. It was like a 10 and a half faster. I try to experiment here a little bit so you guys can see the lap times. So running that top bottom, that lap, not getting momentum in. I ran an 8. Now let's try to run the bottom both laps, or both corners. See what kind of time we can get. I think I can get an 8 as well, just by running it right. Felt like a pretty solid lap overall. I ran a 7, okay, so I picked up speed, just being on the bottom in turn 1 now, because turn 1's getting so high into the corners. All you gotta do is let off a little bit, go half throttle, keep the car straight. Bottom's still very fast. Like, you could see for a little bit there, the top started coming in on turn 1. Still running 7s, that's good. That's solid timing for this type of track, like slate at this point, so I'll take that. Didn't really have too much of a battle, but I'll take it, I guess. I need to go back and see what happened to the 4 car there, because he was having a rough race altogether. But I'll take that win. Especially after losing a little bit in that truck race, because the truck race goes off your dirt rating.
Burn that bit down, man.
Can't really burn it down in these things, dude. Spotter's not the smartest. Yeah, these things don't have too much power to do a burnout in it. I'll drive backwards. That's the most I can do. But I like doing that in any car that I win in. Just drive backwards on the track. It's really weird because it leans to the left because that's what the normal way you're going, and the load's gonna all go to the right, but now it's the opposite. It's so weird going this way. Like, I can't see a damn thing coming up because I'm so used to looking out to the left. It's not awful though. It'd be fun doing a race backwards like this, like a full race. Trying to find the apron, I didn't get low enough. But that was a lot of fun. Park it in front of the start finish. Perfect. Not really perfect, it was close enough, but alright, let's go back to the very beginning. Kind of just had a great jump there and just ran away with it from that point for the most part. Truck pulled in, I just went. Didn't really have too much people behind me. See what kind of battling they had back here for the beginning portion. I think the 9 did really well too. He kind of pulled away pretty quick. from third place. But he stayed with me for a few laps. And then what happened with the 4 car? 4 car is back here. I think he said it was lap 4. Like, you could have let up on lap 4. Maybe he hit the apron a little too hard or got sideways in the slick. I don't know. But yeah, as you can see, the bottom just kind of stayed there for the most part. Going to the top in 1 and 2 about mid-race really helped out. And then going back to the bottom towards the end was fast as well. So I was still able to run like mid to low 7s around. So I feel like that's pretty solid for the track state, the way it was there. Next lap, 10 car has been catching the 4. 4 car is kind of wobbly. You can see him in the car, like his hands are going crazy. Good battle in front of them for, what is that, 3rd? No, 4th spot. Okay, it's the next lap, I guess. I don't know. He said it was lap. He said you could have let up a lap 4, but I think maybe it was 5. I don't know. Yeah, 4 car kind of slid up high. 10 car just kind of ran into him for the most part. That's just 10 car just running to the back of the 4. That's unfortunate for the 4. Yeah, he definitely got some front left damage there. And then what happened to him here towards the end of the race? Because he had a really slow lap. Lap 14, he had a really bad lap. What lap was that? 15? See what happened to him, because I don't know if anybody was really around him. He might have just smacked the wall or just lost it or something. Or he climbed the wall, being that high. Coming off the corner, maybe he just climbed the wall on the straightaway. Spun him around. I don't know. We shall find out pretty quick. It was his next lap, this lap right here. He goes low. Okay, he just nailed the wall. That's unfortunate. Like, that's just not running the bottom too often when it's slick, and he was running the top, and then he goes low, and it starts to just barely kick out on him, and he overcorrects really quick. Just goes straight up into the wall. It's something you really have to not do. You just have to let it go a little bit, and then not really worry about it that much. But other than that, there wasn't really hardly any wrecks. The 4 had 4x, the 5 had 4x. What did you do, my dude? He was having a pretty good battle up here. Looks like he had a pretty rough lap 8. Oh, okay. What happened here? This definitely was one of the 2X's. What happened? They're going 3 wide for 3rd. 3 car comes up into the 5. Comes up, smacks the 6 because he doesn't really have an option. That might have been a 2X. I don't know. 3 car clips the 5 there. They had a really bad lap that time back. And what happened here? He had even worse of a lap than that last one. He had a really bad last lap too. Where did he finish? Oh, he finished all the way down in 8th. Oh yeah, he got spun or something at the end. He had to have. What happened? Oh, he just had a slow lap that lap. Okay, what happened at the end? Because you're battling for 4th or 5th here. He slides up. 6 car goes right on under him. Oh, he got clipped in the front. That's rip. 6 car crosses over. Doesn't go too low. Oh, that was netcode too, wasn't it? That was probably some netcode. Yeah, that's definitely some netcode. They would have been fine, I think. I don't think they would have hit. It would have been super close, but I think he would have just went by him because of the momentum and everything. And then he hits the wall, spins out. That's unfortunate for him altogether. He goes all the way to the back after fighting so hard there towards the end. I want to see the 3 get in front of him because they had a pretty good battle up here. They're running the bottom side. 3's running the top, trying to get a lot of momentum, I guess. 6 car goes low, throws a slider. Doesn't really cross him over. 5 just ran into the back of the 6. That wasn't smart. 3 had a huge run. Goes low, slides up in front of the 6. Barely clear. Not really that clear. 6 runs into the back of him. That was about as much as you could do there. In these cars, it's hard to pass, so if they would have realized how good the bottom was at this point, well, 5's trying it, but might have just been too sideways coming off or something. No, he had a good 1 and 2 there. 3 car gets a lot of momentum off that high side. 3 and 4 didn't run quite as good. It was a little bit too slow. Yeah, he's still running an 18-second lap when I ran down there and ran like a 17.7. So it was about the same lap too. So you can definitely make some speed down there. Like, you can see the last 3 laps where I ran the bottom, I just ran 7. So you can definitely make speed up there. You just have to barely let off the gas and just trust the car. Get a lot of practice in on doing that. But, hell, I'll take getting first here and get some iRacing out of it. So let's go see what we end up getting. Alright, results are in. Strength of field was just under 2K, not too high of a field. How many people? There's 3 splits. Okay, I figured there was about 3. I remember seeing like 25, 24, so I'm pretty sure it went up from there. But led all 30 laps. We did not have the fastest lap. The 9 car actually had the quickest lap on lap number 2. He was very fast there in the beginning of that race, but we were able to stay more consistent, which is nice. Pull away. Win by almost 3 seconds, which was nice because that bottom came back in there at the end, able to gain like 0.8 on him there those last like 3 laps, which is crazy. Gained 35 iRating. I'll take that. 0x almost back to maxed out safety, which is fine. I've always had a really high safety rating, so I never really have to worry about it that much. Even when I get a little bit of incidents, I get it back pretty quick. But I'll take getting 35 up to 4175, trying to get back up to 4200. Been hovering around this 41, 42 area most of this season, which has been nice. I've been doing pretty well, so that's awesome. But I appreciate you guys for watching as always. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the race. Maybe you guys learned a little bit on how I ran this track, and you can apply it to your races and maybe get some wins. Let me know how that goes. So appreciate you guys for watching as always, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.